Hello, everyone. I'm here a moment or two early and no one has come by yet, so I'll just wait. I have a couple of things I want to put up on the notes for you guys to have. Hi, Dolly. It's wonderful to see you. Thank you. I'm glad you need me too. This has been a very tough day for me, and that's why I need my friends. So, I just realized I don't have any Kleenex near me. Let me run get some. I'll be right back. I'm back. Hello, Amy. Hi, Thankful Heart. Nettle, hello. Good to see you too. I was just telling Dolly, I sat down here to get started on the live stream and realized I had no Kleenex. And today has been one of those days where I knew better than to sit here without Kleenex. So sorry, I had to leave the place empty for a few minutes, but I'm back. So, hi, Gary. Hello, Terry. It's wonderful to see all of you. Hello, Allie. Love you too. Hi, Hans. Good to see you. I saw you last night. Hello, Ellie McAfee. Wonderful to see you too. I was out on YouTube, not out physically, but I was on YouTube, and I found another one of those poems. I don't know what it is, but poems just talk to my heart. And it was another one that made me cry, like the one I read at his memorial service. So I've been a little teary-eyed today because of it. So pardon me. I will try and do better and not boohoo so much, but I can't promise. West Virginia is quickly chilling. Well, Terry, this is South Texas, and it was cold last night, and it's supposed to be colder tonight. It went down into the low 30s last night, and it's supposed to go down into the mid 20s tonight. Hello, Sean. Wonderful to see you. I wish I could see your sunrise in Alaska. They're supposed to be spectacular. Yeah, Dolly, I know, but I was all ready to go to church this morning, and I found that poem, and it made me cry so hard that it upset my stomach and gave me a headache, and I couldn't go to church. So that kind of tears are not healthy. I'm sorry. Do what I have to. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Sean. Oh, snow is coming down. How nice. Gary, that's the habit I have. I even apologize to my cat and dog. It's just part of what I do. Amy, I'm glad to see you here today. I did not know if you would be here or not. I'm really glad you are. I keep praying for you guys, and I know that the Lord will comfort you as he comforts me. But anyway, I was thinking this morning, when everybody was here, when my daughters were both here, and when Josh and Kinder were here. 45 and your windows open? Allie, that sounds crazy. I'm sorry, but South Texas 45 is time to put your parka on. Thanks, Amy. Anyway, I was thinking about the thought that it's easy to be strong when you're surrounded by all these people and you're being strong for them. because then you don't have to think about yourself. But when you're in a house by yourself, there's no one but you and the dog and the cat and the birds. Hi, Joe. It's real hard to be strong by yourself. That's why I put on there, I need you. Thank you, Loretta. This next week is going to be another life changer. The death certificates came in yesterday in the mail. Yesterday? No, Friday. When was it? I don't remember now. I found them in the mailbox yesterday, so they must have come the day before. So I now have the death certificates, and a lot of the places that I've tried to talk to get things straightened out, specifically financial things straightened out, have all refused to talk to me until I have a death certificate. So, hi, Sean. I see that you're busy at work there. Thank you. So, Monday, I have several things to do that I can't put off, like go pick up his cremains, and my parents both have doctor's appointments. But Tuesday, I'm going to take the death certificate. And I'm going to go talk to the military and see where I stand there, because that's the biggest question mark right now. Once I know what they're going to do, then I'll know the steps I have to take next. If I have to find a place to live, I'll have to be selling a lot of stuff and finding some other place to live. If I'm going to get some help, then I'll be able to stay here. But Hans, all of y'all who come on Sunday to this live stream strengthen me. And it reminds me that there are people out here that love me and that are concerned for my well-being. And that gives me strength to go ahead. I'm trying not to cry, but I really am. Ollie, you're right. God is carrying me through no matter what I'm facing. I know that. But when the tears decide that it's time to come, they come, and I can't seem to turn them off. Thank you, Pepper for Life. I appreciate that. And you're right, Lone Star. He does carry me through. I have 10 copies right now, and they said I can get more if I need them. So, thank you, Dolly. But anyway, once I know what the military is going to do financially, I'll be able to move forward with that part of my life. I did get a very touching and wonderful call from my mother this past week. It seemed that my dad, knowing the financial situation that I'm in, took the pickup truck that he's had that's been sitting in his driveway for probably 2 years. He took it over to the garage and had it fixed up and got it ready so that I can use it until I figure out what's going on, because I know I can't keep my truck. So he's reaching out to me in ways that I did not expect. He also told me on the day of David's memorial that he would like for me to move in with Mom and Dad. They would like for me to move in with them. So it touched me very much that they felt that way. I don't know that I could do that. They don't like my birds, so I'm not sure I could do that. But shooting a time lapse of the sunrise and your camera got knocked over. Oh, I'm sorry, Sean. I know you were looking at it. Allie, He is sweeter than you know. This man is my stepdad. He and my mom have been married for 17 years. And he only had one child with his former wife. He lost her to cancer, and he lost his son, the only child they had, after he and my mom had been married for just a few short years. So to think that he would reach out and tell me that if he had his choice, I would be living with them is really very sweet. And they do need me. You're right. Um, I have to go and take care of them as they age. It is a big job, and they do need care now. Um, that same conversation with mom, I got out the calendar and we started setting up the appointments that are coming up that I didn't know about because my niece has been taking them through this month when I've been so involved with other things. So now I'm going to get back on that little horse and ride down the road with them. But at least I know that I won't be stuck here with no transportation, that he's made sure that this vehicle that I'm borrowing runs and is in good shape and is highway worthy. Because it's about 20 minutes on I-35 between my house and theirs. So it just touched me so much. There. I think it's calming down again. For those of you who would like, I don't know how many were able to see, we streamed David's memorial service, but when we got to the church, my phone would not access this channel. The only thing it would access, for some reason, was the old channel. So we streamed it on the old channel, and I put notices out there, but I also have a connection. Here is the link to where it was. So I understand that not everybody wants to go and watch it after this time, but I have been asked several times for the link. So there it is for those of you who want it. Okay. Yeah, me too, Dolly. Me too. Thank you, Loretta. Thank you. It was much smaller than I thought it would be, but I really did not know because we didn't have very many RSVPs. Able to stay where you are. Thank you, Lone Star. From your mouth to God's ears, because that's who makes the final decision. And if that's where he wants me, or I should say, if this is where he wants me, then he'll work it out so I can stay here. And if this is not where he wants me, I got to watch for the door opening up or the window opening up so I can scoot off to wherever it is he wants me. Oh, hi, Brother Donnie. Thank you for joining us. Not about quantity, but quality. I agree. Well, the people that were there, for the most part, were family. There were some people from our church, and there were a couple of friends. I was so touched. I don't know how many of you know him, but Blake Kirby, who has Daddy Kirk's Farm, who was the man who got me involved in YouTube at all. I was his partner and sidekick on his live stream for about 4 years. And he came, and I was so touched. And then another friend of mine who I worked with back when I was in the workaday world, and his wife came in, and I did not expect either of those. So the people that were supposed to be there were, and that was the important part. You did see some of the service, but we'll watch it again. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that you thought it was beautiful. I spent some time the day afterwards going through everything that was David's with his son, His son really, really, really wanted some things to take back of his dad's, and I gave him some clothing and some shoes and some mementos. So let's see, what does it say? The service was beautiful. Wish it could have been in person. I agree, Amy. God had different plans, and you were needed where you were, and I'm glad you were able to be where you were, because that was just as important. Danny was as big a part of your life as David was of mine, only just a different way. Well, hello, Michigan Daffodil. I'm glad you're here. That's all right. No, I now come on at 2 o'clock Central Time, so let's see. Lisa, it would have been lovely to have you there. It really would have. Wasn't it? It was nice. And then Joe, having them both here on that live stream last Sunday was also nice. I really enjoyed having them here for a while. Hi, Living a Rogue Life. Good to see you. You watched the service too? Oh, thank you, Michigan. I appreciate that. I really do. I think we had more people virtually than we had physically, but that's okay too. We were all there together. Hi, Celtic. It's good to see you. Hello, Tracy. Good to see you, Tracy Smith. And Sherry Leach, welcome. Yeah, it is. It does come in waves. It does. So you were distracted last week. Your parents were having a day. Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. That's a shame. That I understand about parents having days. Mine do that often. But fortunately for me right now, mine are still physically in better shape than yours. I don't have to worry about the physical end of them right now, more the emotional and mental state. They are both, they've not been diagnosed, but I think they are both in the beginning stages of either dementia or Alzheimer's. They are having a lot of memory issues. So, and both of my daughters had not seen their grandparents in quite some time, and they were both concerned enough to take me aside and talk about it. So I think some hard decisions are going to be coming soon as far as they're concerned too. Thank you, Lisa. I agree. God will take care of me no matter what. I was talking to my friend Donna, and I told her the same thing I've told so many people through this whole thing. And that is, I'm 72 years old, and God has taken care of me for 72 years. I cannot imagine any reason why He would stop. He's taken care of me through some pretty awful things I've done, and He still loves me. So He won't stop now. I just have to keep remembering to look for Him in things that are going on around me. Your folks had hard choices, and you're there for them. Yes, yes. Well, one day I may end up living with them or moving them in here with me. I don't know. Hello, Angie. Welcome. I'm glad to see you there. I don't think I know you, Angie. Have you been here before? Obviously, you know Joe and Loretta, but I'm sorry. I'm kind of foggy-brained. Your younger brother passed away November. Oh, Prepper, I'm sorry. I remember that time so well. I lost 2 sisters in 6 weeks in 2017. So I know what that is. Howie, Happy New Year. It's wonderful to see you, and thank you for the hugs and moonbeams. Yes, when they go young, it's even harder. Oh, okay. Thank you, Joe. And Prepper for Life is Penny. Thank you. I'll try and remember. Right now, I'm not too good with remembering names or much of anything else. Hello, Laurie. I'm glad to see you. Oh, he's getting his CAT scan tomorrow. Okay. Well, we'll pray for him. Trying to see if I had anything to write my prayer lists down on, and I do. There. Sorry, I try and keep up with those things. Prepper Book Club. Hello, welcome. Ruth, thank you so much. Hello, I'm glad to see you. You lost a sister-in-law and your oldest brother in 2020. Oh, Loretta, I agree. This horrible, horrible disease that is going around has taken so many lives. And it's when you're going through the stages of grief, it's easy to forget about everyone else and just think about yourself. But I'm going to remember that there are other people out there that are also grieving people that they loved. That's important, and it makes it easier to handle, too. Oh, thank you so much, Penny. I appreciate that. Damp and yucky there. Oh, very good. I have got to get into my kitchen as soon as this stream is over and go through things. I have got so much food in there, and I'm gonna make up meals and put them in the freezer. That's all I can think, because I got more food in there than anybody knows what to do with. Oh my. You got a couple of inches of snow, Metal? Goodness gracious. You lost 10 or 12 people in 2020? Oh my goodness. Oh my, that's terrible. Love you too, Lori. Really do. And I'm always thrilled when I find you. It was nice seeing you the other night too. New Year's Eve. That was fun. Ah, okay. Well, I'm glad you're back, Celtic. Yeah, it does stink all over. You're right. I used to think that was just, I'm talking to Amy. I used to think loss of a lot of people like this was just part of aging. But now with all the new things going around, I know it's just part of living. Unfortunately, living also includes dying. And that's a hard one to remember. It really is. Oh, Ruth, let me get that written down. I don't want to forget that. There, got that down too. I agree, Penny. Helping others does, and it also helping others helps me stay strong in myself as well. So, do they have next phase plans lined up if you're dealing with parents' daily affairs and power? Yes, we have some of them lined up. I'm still trying to talk them into giving me the power of attorney, or whatever you call it. But I am the executor of their wills, and they do have DNRs, or they did have DNRs. I may have to get them and have them signed again. But we had both of those last year at this time when my mom was so ill. So we'll see. Lisa, I'm not sure everything is ever going to calm down again. I think this is the new normal. Hello, Donna. Good to see you. Lori, I miss him too. I really do. Isn't that fun, Tracy? I even have some in Europe. Not very many yet, but I do. My other channel had people all around the world. It was 80 degrees yesterday with a high of 50. It would be 30 by morning. It's going to be 27 here, Amy. It's really going to get cold. I've got to go out in a little while and cover the things I didn't take into the garage. Hello, Irish countrywoman. Good to see you. My goodness, we got so many people going so quickly, I'm having trouble keeping up. For those who haven't remembered, please put your thumbs in the air so that YouTube will know that you guys support me. Been snowing there too. Highly believe in old Betty Davis saying, growing old is not for sissies. Boy, that's true. That is absolutely true, Celtic. But like I tell people all the time, I will never be old. Old is a state of mind. I will grow older every day, but I will never be old. I refuse to be old. Oh no. Oh, Amy, I'm sorry to hear that. Let's get them on the list too. What did I do with my pencil? Oh, there it is. You know, it's amazing how my prayer list is growing. It's really shocking. Sherry, you live in Northwest Ontario. Do I have a pin in the map for you, Sherry Leach? I don't know if I do or not. And Ruth, my daughter, is back in Minnesota as of yesterday. They left and drove right straight through again. And Tracy, I think I have you in Belgium on my map. I'll move out of the way, and maybe you can spot yourself. 76 and rain today for Celtic. Yep. Hello, Arthur Leslie. It's been a while since I've seen you. I'm glad you got here today. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, Lisa, mine grows weekly. Actually, it grows daily in some places. They do, Joe. Sometimes you have to remember, but they do. Oh, good, Sherry. I'm glad. Thank you. Yes, good things happen. There have been silver linings to this great gray cloud that I've already seen, and I'm thankful for. So I am a believer in silver linings to gray clouds. I always am. And when you look for them, you can't fail but find them. So your boy has a safe trip tomorrow. He's flying out to New York. Out of New York. Okay, definitely. This is going to sound kind of weird, but one of the silver linings out of the gray cloud that I'm under right now is my son and new daughter. David's kids, I knew them, but I didn't really know them real well. And they were here, Josh for a week and a half and Kinder for a week, and I got to know them and got to get closer to them, and it's wonderful. It really is. They truly are loving, wonderful people, and they do love me. And that is such a blessing. I can't imagine my life without them now. So, goodness, people are going, Tracy saw her two daughters for the first time in 2 years this Christmas. Oh, what a blessing, Tracy. Congratulations. That's wonderful. Yes. Lori, the daughter that has been my rock up to this point has been my oldest daughter, KJ. She is the one that found me an attorney because I have to go through the probate process, and she came over the first 3 nights after David passed and spent the night with me. It's not, well, not the night, but the evening. One night she stayed with me until I fell asleep in my chair. So she has truly been my rock. My other daughter is reaching out from Minnesota as much as she can, and that is a little different, but cooking on the farm. Hello, I have not seen you in forever. Welcome. Welcome. Yes, Celtic, that's something I was saying is that, oh, Loretta, definitely put you on there. Thank you, Joe. I did not see that one. I was telling everybody earlier, Celtic, that I know that God will open a door or a window. I just have to be aware and watch for it and be in touch with him enough to jump when he wants me to. That's the biggest thing right there. Oh my goodness gracious. I understand cooking on the farm. Believe me, I do understand about being very busy, and I'm just thrilled that you dropped in today. Thank you. They're waiting on tests, Tracy. Well, we'll pray for that too. There. That got that one down. Josh reminded you so much of David. Yes, yes. Um, Josh is a lot more like his dad than I knew. I really had not had a chance to get close to him much. So let's see. Prayers for me. Every day is a good day. Much love and much respect, fellow Earthlings. We'll see you again. My best to all your endeavors and functions. Thank you, Howie, and please know that we're praying for you as well. And I appreciate that you drop in when you have the chance. It really means a lot. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. The Green Goblin is running good. I'm glad to hear that. I didn't know whether that was what you called it, but I'm glad it's running. Thank you, Tracy. I decided to put a hat on so that I could cover up my poor little half bald head because it's cold out there and I didn't want to get cold. You're drinking extra coffee this morning? Oh my goodness. Amy, be careful drinking his share as well. It's going to give you a lot of coffee. One sibling a year younger. Her husband died suddenly a few years ago. You went out there for a month. As she was out of it, it was bad, but she's holding her own. These two things. Oh, I'm so glad she's doing better. I really am glad. That's hard. Howie, you do mean a lot to me. You really do. Your friendship has been so steady, rock solid for a lot of times now. I agree. Group support is very powerful, Dolly. It really is. And it's very wonderful to remember that there are people out here that love me. Just like I say when I close my live stream, that there's someone here that loves you all. It's nice to know that there's someone out there that loves me as well. So I used to say that without even thinking that it would be something that I would need as well. And I do. And it's wonderful to have that support and that love. Thank you, Irish Countrywoman. I really appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Lisa. This is all sparklies. I used to wear it when I'd go out singing. Before David and I got together, I was a karaoke junkie, and I went out to karaoke every night. And I would dress up in costumes, and I would sing songs that were sort of related to the costumes. If I was going to sing jazz, I'd wear something that looked kind of like the 20s and all those other things. So this was one of the ones I got, and I had a good time with it. Yes, Lori, it does help. You're right. Michigan, I am learning that I'm way more loved than I ever knew. Way more loved than I ever knew. It's amazing. Lori, I had a lot of people try and talk me into going to StreamYard, and I'm probably going to do it, but until I can get my life sort of under control and know where I'm going, I don't think that I can add something else. Thank you, Amy. You guys are loved and treasured too. I agree, Ruth. I agree. That's why I said I am way more loved than I ever thought I was. Oh, love you too, Dolly. Oh, did you? Oh, Irish woman, I used to love karaoke. And I've told people for years karaoke is not because you can sing well or can't sing well. Karaoke is to have a good time. And that's truly what I believe. It's also, for those of us who do sing, it's a nice way to make contact. During those years that I was singing, I was invited to sing with an orchestra and with several bands. I turned them all down, but I was invited, and that was very nice. Getting lots of love from your new kitten. I bet you are, Tracy. They're so special. I'm loved by everyone here, and more loved in heaven. God's love is perfect love, never ending. Hold on to that. It's our promise. Oh, believe me, Loretta, I do. I do. Um, Maybe one day I'll sing some stuff. I can sing some of it a cappella. I don't want to get a strike for using somebody else's music, but I don't think that happens when you sing a cappella. Michigan Daffodil, I know y'all love David too. I really do. Just for our Screech family. Yeah, I agree, Celtic. You guys, all of you have been so good to me. And believe me, it has made a huge difference to me. It truly has. I thought you had changed it. You posted a video. I'm going to go check that one out. I am going to go check that out. There. Now I've got it written down so I can check it out. I'm excited. That's wonderful. I might be able to do that with my phone. I have not been able to access it through any of our computers, but as I found out on David's celebration, that's the only way I could connect with YouTube from my church. So I'll go stand on my church front porch and sing into my phone, and maybe it'll go out. Oh, goodness. Used to be in 2 choirs before you had a kid. You sang Carnegie. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, I used to sing at church too, but the little church we go to now, the one where we had David's memorial, doesn't have enough members to have a choir. So we all stand out in the congregation and sing our hearts out. Oh, they got up and left. Oh, Ollie, you've got to be silly. 6 cats, 13 chickens, 3 quails, 1 dog, 2 daughters, and a husband. Your life is full. Yes, Tracy, your life is very full. Hi, Christy Betts. It's good to see you. You're just learning. I am excited to see it anyway, Annie. I really am. I think that's so neat. I need to start doing things again, and I've got to find somebody to teach me how to edit, because if I don't, I probably won't like anything I ever did. Not that I ever liked anything I did on the old channel anyway, but David had a way of making it look a lot better than it was. And so you sound like a cat in heat if you sing. Oh my goodness, Sherry. That was so nice of them. Aw. You have no clue how to edit. My channel is a hot mess. That's probably the way mine will be too, Laurie, because I have no clue. None whatsoever. And I think I'm going to have to, if I do any cooking, it'll be cook it up before the show, then put it all together and get it ready to cook on the show. And then I'll open the oven and put the one I just cooked or got ready in, and underneath it'll be the finished one. I'll say, voila, through the magic of YouTube, it's done. That's all I can figure out to do, because we don't want to wait 30, 45 minutes while it's getting done. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you. It's all it is right now is live streams, but there's an awful lot of people out there that seem to like talking to or watching live streams. You wish they had a chair like mine. I wanted to say, I wish you had a working body. Yeah, I'm sure you do, Celtic. Oh, good. I've got to take David's chair out and hook it up to the lift in the back of the truck and get it halfway up in the air, and then take pictures and then put it back down and take pictures of it, because I'm going to have it removed from the truck so I can get up the truck, and then I'm going to try and sell the chair and the lift. The lift is really wonderful. I'll tell you what it is. I'm really sorry. We didn't use it more than we did. We didn't have it that long, and he was not up to going most of the time when we had it. But maybe someone else out there needs it and will have some money. I like live streams too, Lori. Now that I'm having a little more time in the evenings that I can do things like that, I have been going to more of them too. You just want to. Oh, excuse me, Lisa. That's awfully sweet of you to say. I know my friend Sean, North Shore Prep Stutters, doesn't do any of his, and he doesn't edit anything, and he's very popular and has a very fast growing channel. So I understand. Yes, Tracy, that's what I like about them too. And StreamYard is so nice because you can have more than just me sitting up here. You know, we can get other people on too once I learn how. So you're back working again. Oh, Lori, I know how that goes. That may be something I'll have to do too. Your aunt, after your uncle died, ended up having a house built after the sale of her old one. Whoa. Joe, I don't think we have enough equity in this house for that. We've only lived here 9 years, and it was pretty expensive when we bought it. So I don't know that I have enough equity. I don't know that I could even get the money back that we spent on it, but I'm hoping so. As I'm going through this round of challenges, you suggest I set up a revocable trust for yourself so whoever settles your affairs has it a little easier. Hon, I've been talking to an attorney because I didn't know how to do that. I had thought about doing a will, but a revocable trust might be the way to go as well. I have 4 children. I have 3 daughters and a son, and certain things will go to each one of them, and other things will be split equally between the 4 of them. So I just have to get straight in my head what goes where to whom. So that will take some time too. But yes, I need to get something done and done quickly. Sean needs help financially. Yes, yes. North Shore Prep Stutter. Yes, please, everyone, pray for Sean. He is having some problems, and both financial and physical, and he does need some help. So please put him in your prayers and lift him up. I think, Michigan, does he have a PayPal where we can do a PayPal me? If he does, would you put that up there so that anyone who might want to send him some help could? Unfortunately, at this time, I'm not able to. I did last time, but I can't this time. So what did I say? Oh, I said Prep Stutters. I'm sorry. Thank you, Amy. I knew it was North Shore, not North Star. I get him and Kathy mixed up when they're both on there together, but Prep Stutters and preparedness are 2 different things, and I'm always missing that one up. How about a GoFundMe account? Celtic, I did that for my sister. I did a GoFundMe when she passed, and I'll be real honest, I was not pleased with the GoFundMe. They kept way more than they should have. They kept almost 35% of what we raised for her. So I don't suggest GoFundMe. The PayPal me is less expensive to everyone. So, and if you do it as friends and family, they don't usually charge any money to the person receiving the funding. So, his brother has something set up. Well, that would be great. I wish I knew what it was. I'll have to see if I can find out. Your dad has been giving your sis and you stuff lately? Yes, yes, I agree, Lori. Lisa Clark has a will, a DNR, and a POA done. It's nice knowing that I have everything in place. Yes, we're going to be getting more done like that. So I need to get it all in line because you never know. You know, I never know. The Lord could decide to call me home tomorrow. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate that. Oh, good. Good. I want Sean to move in with you in this big house. You know what, Laurie? I would love for him to move in with me too, but I don't think he could handle the heat in summer here. I think it would wipe him out. It gets really hot here, and it stays hot here a lot. You are still there. You need to get busy in the kitchen. Thank you, Allie. I appreciate you coming in. I really do. I sound like your dad. When my number's up, it's up. Hey, what else can you say? I mean, to be honest, I don't feel that worrying about it changes it. I don't feel that being frightful and afraid of it changes it either. I think that when you get called home, you get called home and you go. And that's just all there is to it. So thank you, Amy. Thank you for that one too. I'm going to copy that one down because I did not have it and I want to keep it. Copy. Go over here to my cheat sheet and paste it. Now I'll come back to talk to you guys. There you are. John, you're a real special guy to us too, believe me. It's heartbreaking that families have to go through this after losing a loved one. It's all kept very simple in Ireland, even without a will in place. Boy, I wish it were here. Unfortunately, in the United States, the almighty dollar seems to rule almost everything. And if you don't have legal things in place to rule the almighty dollar, you're just up the creek without a paddle. That's just all there is to it. So I wish it were kinder here, but it's not. Yeah, it would be very nice if they were. Yeah. Well, Sean, you get lots of prayers because I know of at least 2 people in this live stream that pray for you every day, and I'm sure there are quite a few others, but I can only speak for those 2, and one of them is me. Stick around a little longer. Oh, I'm glad, Christy, that you're going to stick around as long as you can. We thank you very, very much for being here. I haven't gotten mine yet, Celtic. I'm not sure. Not sure whether I'm going to get one or not. I had the Johnson & Johnson, and last time I checked, which admittedly has been over a month, there was no booster for Johnson & Johnson as of yet. I'm expecting that it'll come up soon. But right now I have other things that are more important. Fully vaccinated and boosted. Well, I'm fully vaccinated, but I'm not boosted yet, if there is one. Made a living will put in place a medical power of attorney as well as an executor. Well, I am the executor for both of my parents, and hopefully I can get them to sign a new DNR, which would make me the person to make those decisions as well. So she was sick for 2 days. That's not good. Take care, Penny. Thank you for dropping in. I really appreciate it. 4 cups of coffee today. Oh my goodness, it's a wonder you're not shaking, baby. That's amazing. Oh, good. Take care, Penny. Thank you for coming by. You got your booster today. Are you having any issues with it yet, Ellie? I know we didn't even have a sore spot where they gave us our first one. There was just nothing. This year's not going to be like last year. I pray it's not as well, Celtic. I do pray it's not going to be as bad. Well, I've only had 1 cup, but my 1 cup is this size. I mean, this is my water today, but that's the size of my coffee as well. It's a 36-ounce cup, I think is what it is. And I generally drink 2 to 3 of those a day, plus that much water and some tea. So, let's see. Ben is meeting grade school friends, and they're going to, oh, that's so good. I'm glad he's going to have fun, Lori. No issues. Excellent. Excellent. I may have to go get it anyway. You had your second coffee today. Very rare for you. Wow. I don't I don't drink anything but coffee, tea, and water, and more water than anything else. But that's because of my kidney issues. Which reminds me, I go next week for a meeting with my kidney doctor, and I have to go and give them a urine sample because they want to culture it, whatever that is, before I go to the appointment. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Wish I'd only get energy from regular coffee. Caffeine gets your heart fluttering. A lot of folks have that problem in Michigan. They really do. That's not good. The only time I get shakes from coffee is when I drink over a gallon in about a 3 hour period. Then I get the shakes. But other than that, it's like drinking water because I've been drinking it for so long. Couldn't have it warning on it for autoimmune disease. Had to take my chances. Well, you know what I don't understand, Christy, is that no one said anything about my IBS, and that's supposed to be good. And being a 2-time survivor of cancer, you would think that might have an impact. But all of my doctors know my history, and no one has said don't do it. So Berkey filters are cool. I would love to have one or something like that. What I have right now is a one of the ones you get at the store, and you just pour it through and pour it into your cup. I don't remember which brand I have right now. Metal for breakfast. Oh, excellent, excellent. I'm going to copy that one down too. I'm so glad I keep a page open on my computer where I can grab these things, copy paste them, and put them on there. And then after the thing is over, then I check things out. Red Eye, large black coffee with 2 shots of espresso. You know, David used to drink that too. He drank it a lot. Hi, Christy. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. I haven't seen you since what? Night before last? Or last night? Or it was night before last? Oh, fibromyalgia. That's... Your coffee maker broke. You've been using a Consori pour over. I have a French press, and you heat up the water in your kettle and put the grounds in and dump the water on, and then push this little filter through, and all the good coffee comes up to the top, and the grounds stay in the bottom. And it's real easy to use, and I generally will get 3 presses out of 1 scoop of coffee. They get progressively a little bit thinner. They're not quite as full flavored, but I put so much other stuff in it. Who knows? You're recuperating. Good for you, Christy. Good for you. Wow, this is a wonderful group. It's amazing how many people have come in and out. It says we've got 34 thumbs up so far. That's pretty cool. I like that. Your brother Donnie using Consori. Oh, cool. Lisa Clark. Well, Amy, you've just got all kinds of links to put out today, don't you? Making your decaf with your French press taste better than Keurig. My husband insists on getting. I don't like the Keurig. I think it's just very wasteful. It uses an awful lot of coffee for 1 cup, or I mean, I can get three big cups of coffee out of 1 scoop of coffee in my French press. And with the Keurig, you got to throw it away each time and start a new one. I didn't like that. No, Lisa, I've got so many health issues. You had to get vaccinated. You had the swine flu in 2009. Oh, that's nasty stuff. You can't tolerate coffee anymore, so you drink chicory. Ooh. Hello, Annie Martin. It's good to see you too. Welcome. I'm glad to see you today. Still not faster than you. I don't know. Lately, I haven't been doing very much of anything, Amy. I agree, Celtic. It just, the coffee's not strong enough and you have to throw them away and go with a new little cup each time. And I just didn't like it. Since you'll be going off grid soon, God willing, you couldn't use a coffee maker with no electricity. That's why I like my French press, Christy, because you don't have to have electricity to do it. All you have to have is some way to heat your coffee. And if you've got a fireplace and you've got a kettle, you've got some way to heat the water. So, yeah, Sherry, I feel that way, but I have to keep hitting it all day long to keep my tolerance up. It does not like strong coffee. Cold brew coffee, but it takes so long. Yeah. My younger daughter buys cold brew coffee at the grocery store, and she really likes it. It's not something I've tried before. I know some teas, most teas, become decaffeinated if you brew them in cold water. And a lot of people say that that's why sun tea tastes so good, is because you bring it in cold water so it doesn't get the sharp, bitter flavor that some people associate with hot coffee. So I don't know. I don't care for drinking cold coffee. I'm not an iced coffee person or anything like that. I want it hot enough that my taste buds scream when I take my first sip. I want them to say, "Stop, Mom, stop, that's too hot." But I know my mother, when I was a kid, hated iced coffee, and now that's all she drinks. If she drinks anything at all. That the lady, I don't know what I'm going to do with her. She has all kinds of issues with her kidneys and bladder because she refuses to drink enough water. So just put coffee in a jar, put it in the fridge, ta-da, cold coffee. That may be it, right, Sherry? That may be. Cold coffee is full of stuff, is good. Flavored creamer. Yeah, well, I have to have flavored creamer in my coffee too, whether it's cold or hot. Tea and coffee. You love iced coffee. It's just not something I ever got the taste for. Yeah, cold coffee is just not something I like. I know right now I'm not ice cold. Yeah, well, when it's cold outside, you sure don't want to be drinking cold coffee. Christy, my mom is that way too. And her weight is going down again. When she got so sick last year at this time, she got down to 103, and she was 5'7" at her tallest. She's now about 5'5", but 103 is too small for somebody even that tall. And she just won't drink. She makes a big deal of drinking about 2 ounces of water with her meals, not just because she needs something to drink. I'm sorry. Do you have, Sean? I didn't know you had a video on using a non-electric French press. That's a cool idea. Maybe I should take out my rocket stove and heat up water on the rocket stove and then make coffee and make that a video. That I wouldn't have to edit at all. Switch to an old-fashioned percolator, so much better than drip makers. I agree, Annie. I have a collection of coffee makers and tea pots as well. And I have some really old coffee makers. I have one that has a round bottom, a little tube, and a round top. And you put the water in the bottom and the coffee and grounds in the top, put them together and boil it. Water boils and comes up and gets into the grounds and then drips back down. And finally, you have good hot coffee in the bottom, and it's wonderful. But you have to remember to put a sprinkle of salt and a couple of pieces of eggshell in there. It makes all the difference in the world in the flavor of the coffee. I agree, Sean. I like it so much I have 3 now. That's what I was saying, Amy. Just do it that way. Maybe use my rocket stove to heat it up. Because I could also use my electric kettle. That's just as easy, but actually it's easier. But maybe I should do the rocket stove just because there are a lot of folks out there that don't know a lot about rocket stoves too. Love coffee from percolators. French press. Well, Christy, hold on a second. I'll show you one. Oh, you have 3 as well? Cool. Here we go. Here we go. Sorry, I had to rinse it out because it still had coffee in it, and I didn't take the time to really clean it like I should. This is the coffee pot itself. It's just a glass uh, container with something to give you a handle to hold on to. And this is the lid. And basically, you have this part that's attaches to the top, and this is the filter. So you pour your grounds in there and pour your coffee in. And then you put this down inside, and you got to be sure that you get the little grid. And you put it down in there. Come on, you're supposed to work. I'm on camera here. And then you press down, and as it goes down, you see that, as it goes down, the grounds in the water come back up through that filter. And when you're finished, you have a pot of coffee. So, and what I do is I do it 2 or 3 times. I add more hot water and do it that way, and it's good. I have seen people who use it for tea as well, and it's supposed to make really good tea, so who knows? Oh, you have a coffee machine, an instant, and a French press. My goodness. And you must really like coffee like I do. Hi, Julie. Good to see you. Make no-bake cookies and peanut butter balls for new videos. Ooh. Peanut butter balls are real easy to do. That's a good idea, too. One of your French presses is just like that. You know, Michigan, I was thinking about getting one of those all stainless, but all 3 of mine that I have now are glass. Some of them just have a band around the top and a band around the bottom with the handle, and everything's plastic except the glass. But I like that one best. I really do. Yes, it is, Christy. The longest thing when you're making coffee, the thing that takes the longest is getting the water hot. Once the water's hot, it takes no time at all. Then you have to be careful you don't burn your mouth off. Hi, Linda Jacobs. Good to see you. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Well, Annie, they make really, really fresh coffee. 3 ingredient, no-bake cookies, oatmeal, bananas, and peanut butter. That sounds good. I saw a video not too long ago about making a cake without an oven. You cook it in a cast iron skillet, and it was a pineapple upside down cake, but basically it had no flour and no sugar in it. It sounded really cool. Let's see. Maybe I'll have to do some of the no-bake cookies too. One of my favorite Christmas cookies is a no-bake bar cookie. And it has graham cracker crust on the bottom, which you don't have to bake. You just press it down, get it good and cold, and it stays. And it's got condensed milk in the middle and chopped pecans, coconut, and chocolate chips all over the top. And it's really, really good. So you had your pineapple. Christy, I'm a pineapple fan too. I really am. Now we're making you hungry for cookies. Well, Amy, I have to admit that 2 days after David passed, I woke up in the middle of the night. I'd been sleeping well, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and I had to do something. So I went in the kitchen and made 6 dozen cookies. And it was a good thing I had them because there were a bunch of them here. You going to get a cookie? Oh, that reminds me. I had my neighbors, invited my neighbors up yesterday for ham and black-eyed peas and all of that. And I made ginger snaps. And that was fun. It was really fun to make. But that does require an oven. But the ginger snaps were good. And the way I made them, they weren't real crunchy. They were almost like a gingerbread instead of a crunchy cookie. And it was wonderful. Christy, what did Christy not want? Christy, it depends on the kind you have. The ones that they make that are all stainless steel would work very well on a wood stove. Um, the other two that I have that I said were similar to this, you couldn't do it because everything's plastic. And you put it on there and you'd have a puddle of plastic around the bottom of your glass carafe. So that's not a good idea. Northern Girl Hobbies, welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming by, even if it's just for a moment. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, the two that I was talking about, Sean, of mine, have a band top and bottom to hold the handle on. And then the lid has a plastic knob on the plunger. So, yeah, it would be a mess, a real mess. Use the ginger snaps as a crust for cranberry no-bake cheesecake. Oh, that sounds wonderful, Christy. I love cranberries, too. My mom insists that there is no cranberry that is as good as that jelly stuff you get out of the can from the grocery store. She just thinks that's the most wonderful thing in the world. I can't stand it. I like cranberries and I like cranberry sauce, but it's got to be the homemade kind with real cranberries, not a jar of Jell-O. My goodness, we got a lot of folks here. Ginger snaps as a crust for a no-bake cheesecake. That sounds so good. It really does sound delicious. All right, you guys are getting me enthused. I may have to do some no edit videos soon. Organization project has turned to an honor. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Joe. That's not good. Abby made gingerbread cookies from scratch. 5 dozen cookies. You had to hide them from yourself. I understand that one, Amy. I ate most of that 6 dozen cookies that I made that night. Cranberry orange relish. That's what I make, Julie. And it is wonderful. I love it. Fresh cranberries at Thanksgiving. I love fresh cranberries. I really do. You had oatmeal cookies with cranberries instead of raisins. What a good idea. That sounds delicious. And I like cranberries. I like craisins, which are, of course, dried cranberries. And that would be very good, I think. Put it in a container that can sit on the wood stove. Yep, you can do it that way, too. I do, too, Angie. Homemade is the best. It really is. Baked and no-bake cheesecake. You know, I've been seeing online a lot of people do these videos where 2 or 3 people decide to do their version on something, and everybody publishes them together. I forget what that's called right now. But cheesecakes would be a wonderful thing to do for something like that. You could have one do a no-bake and one do a baked and one do cheesecake bars, or who knows, but that would be fun. I love cheesecake too, Lisa. You have a cheap French press you use camping, thinking of getting a better one. Well, you know, Gary, collaboration. Thank you, Amy. I can never remember that word when I need it. This one that I just showed everyone, this one right here, it's very fancy looking. I paid $15 for it at Starbucks. So it's not an expensive one at all. But it is delicious. Your cranberry sauce is open the can. That's what my mom did too, Celtic, and I really don't care for that. It's too canned. It tasted metallic to me, and I didn't like that. You know, I don't know many people who don't love cheesecake. And Angie, everybody says wonderful, wonderful things about cheesecake. You had a slice of Junior's New York cheesecake. Ooh, that sounds good. My sister Carol, who is number 3 of the 4 of us, used to make the most amazing cheesecake. It took 3 big blocks of cream cheese to make one cheesecake and a bunch of eggs. I think she took maybe 6 or 8 eggs. It was amazing, but you couldn't eat more than just a little tiny sliver because you get so full. Yeah, Christy, it was great. I went the day after Christmas, the year I bought it, and I bought one, and I opened the box at the register right as I'd paid for it, And it was not the metal around the outside, even though the box showed it as the metal. And I said, this is not the one I wanted. I wanted the one with the metal to hold up the glass carafe. So she went back to the back and pulled one of those out of the box that was the right thing in the box, and brought it to me and let me have it for the same price as the plastic one. So let's see. I agree, Anna. Celtic, I know very few people who truly like mince pies. My dad loved mince pies. He had one we would make him mince pies for his birthday. I mean, he just loved it. But I don't know too many other people who do. You could slam some cheesecake. Sean, I can see you doing that. I really can. Oh my. Well, folks, I've been on for an hour and 11 minutes, so y'all getting tired of me? I mean, I'm enjoying this. I could stay on for a while, but it's up to you guys. I don't have anybody to run and go take care of, and I don't have any place to go. So if y'all want to stay on and talk about cheesecake and mincemeat, that's cool with me. Can likely find a recipe online. Yeah, probably so. Christy, oh, that does sound good. Never? You're going to hang out for a while. Cool. Wonderful, Sean. And I'll just stay here because the only thing I have to do is clean out my refrigerator. I'm not looking forward to that. Celtic, you take care. Thank you for dropping by. We appreciate it. Thank you, Christy. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Dave used to tell, and I tell all the time, these Sunday chats are like having friends come over and sit in the living room and chat and talk. Everybody is so wonderful, and we're so close. We've become such good friends. Got to pick up Abby at 4. Well, you got another hour at least. But I am so glad just to hang out here. It's like I said, it's like being in my living room with all my friends and family. It's cool. I love it. And maybe if we can ever get me onto Steam, whatever it is, Steam, I forget what it's called now, but I've got it written down on things I need to investigate. Thank you, Amy. I feel the same about you guys. I really do. You know, Lisa, I really think it is too. I tell people, SteamYard, thank you. I feel the same way, Lisa. This Sunday meeting with all of y'all is very much like sitting down with friends and family. Hello, Lazarick. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy New Year again. Tell Abby hi, yeah. Actually inventorying the freezer while you're listening. I need to do that, and I've got 3 freezers to do that too. It's a lot of fun. What time does this chat start on Sundays? You want to make sure you're here. Christy, I'm in Central Time. I'm in South Central Texas, and it starts at 2 o'clock Central. 2 o'clock? 1 o'clock. What time do I start? I don't remember, Amy. I've been on for an hour and 14 minutes, and my phone says it's 2:17, so I came on early. 1 o'clock my time. Normally I come on at 2. That's what I'm supposed to be, but I came on early, so. Seems to run together. Yes, I agree, Sherry. It all runs together. 8 o'clock in Ireland. Oh, my goodness. You're not going to be clean. I can't say that, Annie. Sometimes I get up in the middle of the night and clean or bake cookies. My grandmother, Annie Martin, my grandmother used to make rhubarb and strawberry pies, and they were so good. But you couldn't taste the rhubarb. All you could taste was the strawberries. Your daughter Katie is coming home for a visit. She'll be driving from Tennessee tomorrow. Oh, I know you're going to really enjoy that, Amy. I know you are. That is wonderful. 2 p.m. Eastern. Thank you. Julia, yes, love the group, and especially y'all. Oh. You know, Julia, I was telling everybody earlier, Daddy Curb showed up at the memorial. I was so pleased and touched to see him there. It was really wonderful. You'll hang longer if I serve you coffee and cheesecake. Well, Ruth, I'll tell you what, if you were here, I'd get your butt out in the kitchen with me to start making the cheesecake. So, yeah, soft gingerbread snaps are really good. They were wonderful. Where to begin homesteading? Hello and welcome. Good to see you. Christy, you're in San Saba. You're practically here. I had no idea you were that close. That's wonderful. You just come on, girl. I'll put you a bit work in my kitchen with me. Yeah. Christy, I'm finding that to be very true. I'm normally live at 2 p.m. Central. Today I was a bit early. Yes, an hour. Oh, well. I get up sometimes in the middle of the night and cook or clean. So I'm going to have to learn what a real schedule is like again. A schedule for me, not for someone else. You fell for that one. You can't get past the rhubarb. Well, I'm sorry. I thought it was good, but I couldn't taste anything but the strawberries. Massive pile of stuff moved. Oh, good for you, Joe. Gary, I just sliced up 2.5 pounds of beef top roast for Cherry. Oh, marinating the rest in Dale's Woo sauce. Oh, that sounds wonderful. That's okay, hon. Everybody has their own choice. That's just mine. Everybody can have what they want. Thank goodness. I have 2 pounds of brisket and 1 pound of ribs in the refrigerator that I need to put away, and I have a 2-pound skirt steak I need to do something with. So, hello, Susanna. Happy New Year to you, and welcome. I'm glad you dropped by. Cheesecake for sure. Cookies next. Okay. That sounds good with me, Christy. Iris. Hello, Iris. Good to see you. Hot black coffee is your preference. Well, that's all right. Like I said, everybody can have their own. I like hot coffee, but I want it with all the creamer I can put in it. And I get the flavored creamer, so I guess I'm getting sugar and cream, even though I don't count it that way. 23 watching now, had 42 thumbs up. That's amazing. Do you know I've never had that many thumbs up on a video of mine on this channel ever. Carne asada with your skirt steak. Christy, the only problem with making Mexican food is I am very allergic to all forms of pepper. And a lot of Mexican food just doesn't taste good if it doesn't have some kind of pepper in it. Definitely an inside day. Yeah, it is for us too, although it's not quite that cold here. Let's see, it's 45 here. Love the pumpkin spice creamer. When they first started bringing the pumpkin spice creamer out, Lisa, I was crazy about it. I just loved it. And when David found out that I loved it, he went to the store and bought 4 of those great big ones that hold over a quart. And I kind of burned out on it. So now I stick with my sweet Irish cream. That's my favorite. Or sweet Italian cream, one or the other. Yeah, it was over 80 here too yesterday as well, Amy. I'm not drinking enough. My mouth's getting dry. That's all right. I'll make some coffee in a while and get busy in the kitchen and things will get a lot moister. 78 in Georgia yesterday. It was not, Annie, it was not quite that warm here. Although Christmas Day we had 86. It was 86 degrees in South Texas on Christmas Day. It was so disappointing. But it's all I've known all my life. It's never going to be a white Christmas here. Well, Amy, ours started off at around right at freezing, 32, and it went up now it's at 45, but I suspect it'll start going down again real soon. You're so bad at taking time to cook, you have to meal prep and freeze dinners. That's what I plan to do with a lot of my stuff, Annie, is cut it into small individual portions and freeze it. How to garden. Happy New Year to you as well. It's good to see you. Yeah. If they have a freeze warning at Amy's house, she knows what to do. Believe me, she'll be out there covering everything. It was 24 this morning and a high in the 40s, going to be cool for the next several days. It's going to be cool here, but not that bad. I can believe you're dressed like the North Pole, Amy. It just doesn't get that cold here. No snow in Texas. Your winters start usually in January to March. Yep. Yep. Last year was the first real snow we've had in years and years and years, and it was on the ground for about maybe 6 hours before it went away. So I was too, Susanna. It was so nice to see him. I did not expect it, and he walked in, and of course I fell apart, but it was wonderful to see him. I had seen him several days before in Walmart with Luke, so I guess I should have expected him, but I didn't, and it was a real blessing to have him come. It really was. You'll have to rig up another massive box trailer for your dad's scooter after. Yeah. I'm going to have to try and find somebody who helped the money to buy the lift and wheelchair that David had. So I know what it is. Our winter hasn't arrived in Ireland yet. You're expecting it in February. Yeah, it gets early there too. I mean, we don't have it right away. Ours is what they consider late winter, early spring here as well. Yes, Christy, it was wonderful that he came. I was really, really thrilled. You're under freeze warnings here in South Mississippi tonight also. You have tomatoes on the vine. Oh, good luck, Gary. I haven't started even putting my tomato seeds in to start growing them again. Your mom went through about 25 years of clutter, and we freed up a whole room for storage so you can move things around and start. Very good. Very good. That is great, Joe. My pantry is a spare bedroom, and I've got to do something about more shelves because I can't walk in there. Layers is best, leggings under thick sweatpants, a hat. Yeah. Michigan, the one thing I have problems with is I don't have any closed shoes. It rarely gets cold enough here to need them. So what I do is I put on a couple of pairs of socks and then put my sandals back on. And I do have an electric blanket on my bed, and I have a heating pad in my chair. And lots of blankets. You're going to opt with U-bucket shelves. What is a U-bucket, Joe? Joe, I have no idea. 4 to 10 inches of snow on the ground. Julie, that's terrible. Oh my goodness. Put a blanket over the electric blanket. Yeah, because that way you can keep the heat that's going above from going away too. It traps it inside. One year I put my electric blanket down on the mattress, and then I put the fitted sheet over the electric blanket, and that worked out really well. It kept me nice and warm. But the problem with that was that David was very warm-natured, and he'd get too hot. So, got to go for now. Hope you have a blessed day, Kate. Prep for Eternity. Amy has my PayPal address. I'm sorry, I don't have that cheat sheet open. It would take me forever to find it. Amy, would you please put my PayPal up for Prep for Emergency? I'd really appreciate it. Heated mattress pads. Well, that's what I was trying to imitate, was a heated mattress pad. I just didn't have one, so I thought, well, the electric blanket will work. So, yeah, that helps. Puppy dogs, but Chloe doesn't hold a whole lot of heat, I wouldn't imagine. Thank you, Amy. Temperature able to get inside. Bake your dinner to add heat. Yeah. I wish I had a fireplace. When we were in Florida, I had a fireplace, and I'll tell you what, I absolutely loved it. And I got good at scrounging firewood. We had a Christmas tree lot in the little town where we were from. And when the Christmas trees all sold, they take the trees that didn't sell away. But all over the ground was lots and lots of wood where they'd cut off branches, or there was bark that had fallen off and stuff. And I took several big totes and a rake, and I went out there and raked it all up and brought it home and used it in my fireplace. It was wonderful. It was really good. Oh, your grandbaby's there. Julie, that's wonderful. Yeah. Yes, Julie, that's me. Kate is the nickname that David gave me back in 1996 when we first met. He said I didn't look like a Kathy, I looked like a Kate. And I went with Kate ever since. I've always just called myself Kate now. When I was in high school, I was Katie, but he shortened it to Kate, and it worked real well. So, love your open fire and walk through the woods. Oh, yes. Yes. I would love an open fireplace, too. I have a little spot in my front yard that I may dig a hole and make a fire pit. You have a propane wall unit. Oh, cool. Woke up New Year's Day with no heat. Oh, my goodness, the transformer blew during the night. It was a bit cold in the house with -10 below outside. Holy cow. That's so cold, Ruth. I'm glad you're okay. Your daughter is Katie. I was Katie too, Katie. Yep. David changed it to Kate because he decided I was a Kate, and it stuck. Now I don't recognize, people call Kathy, and I think they're talking to my mother, whose name is Kathy. So, most of your body heat goes out your head. Yep. And when you have no hair like I do, it really gets out of there quick. Yeah. My only concern about losing heat is the birds, because being tropical birds, they're very sensitive to the cold. And I think what I would probably do is grab all the blankets that I can find and push their cages fairly close together and cover them with blankets, and then put those little tea light heater things underneath to put some heat up under the blankets. And then they always stay up close to the top of the cages anyway. So I think that would keep them warm. At least I hope so. Oh, your dog was Katie. How cool. Your head's full of hot air. Thank the Lord for electric blankets. I agree. Oh, I have to have mine. I get so cold if I don't. Michigan, thank you so much for coming, and I hope I see you next Sunday. Have a wonderful week. Yeah, but little buddy, I've thought about getting one of those, Christy. I really have. Yeah, isn't it funny how your husband changes those things and they just fit? It really does. And with my family, my mother's name is Kathy. My given name is Kathy. My oldest daughter is also Kathy. So Kate made it a little easier. And then when my daughter got old enough, she said, I'm not Kathy, I'm KJ. Her middle name is Joe. Well, actually, it's one word, Kathy Joe. But so she goes by KJ. So, oh well. Let's see. Gary, thank you so much. Have a wonderful, happy new year. I appreciate you dropping in like you did. You take care, and we'll see you next week. And pardon me, but I'm getting cotton mouth again. I got to do something about that. I'm not drinking enough water. I got to get busy. I thought about just getting a straw because it looks so ungracious to sit here and lift that huge bottle to my mouth. But I didn't have a straw long enough. They were all shorter than the bottle. Oh, well, your grandmother, mother, and middle names were all in it. Oh, Philomena, I love that name. My great-grandmother's first name was Philomena. And it's a wonderful name. And I also had a great-grandmother. I don't know how many great that hers was, but her first name was Mahitable. I don't know where that came from either, but that was something else. We call Daniel. Another Daniel. Oh my goodness. You have Daniels like I have Davids. It's amazing how many Davids. You know, for years and years and years, I did not have a David in my life, not one. And then I met my David, and then all of a sudden, I have neighbors that are Davids, and my husband was David, and one of the people at church is a David, and just all of a sudden, I'm surrounded by Davids. Iris, it's perfectly all right. I'm really glad you came. There is no late. If we're on and you come in, you're on time. That's all that matters. So, your grandmother and mother's middle names were Ruth. My David's mother's name was Ruth. I have never met someone whose first name was Ruth. I didn't get to meet her. She had passed before we met. But that's apparently a well-handled or held name in his family. Oh, your husband is a David? How cool. More Davids. It's amazing. One of the gentlemen that works for the company that delivered the medical equipment that we needed to my David was also a David. And it's always funny to have two or more people in the same room with the same name. A lot of Jonathans. Oh, hey, that's interesting. David and Jonathan, you're a very biblical family. Oh, my goodness. My son is Joshua David. And he told me afterwards he was so disappointed because he forgot when he introduced himself at the memorial. He just said, my name is Joshua Howell. And he wanted to remember to say Joshua David Howell, and he forgot. And he was upset by that. I said, that's okay. Your dad knows. Lots and lots of Davids. It's a good name. My dog is down here trying to get my attention. I think he wants to go out, but in order to let him out, I have to go and get his sweater and put it on him, and I don't want to do that. Well, maybe not. It's 46 now. Come on, go to the door. Come on, Blue. Yeah, he was very proud of his mama. He really loved her so much. Normally 2 p.m. Central, Julie, simply because now that I'm able to return to church, I will be going to church and then come home, and that'll give me a chance to finish up at church and still get home in time. I was early today. I was all excited about being on, and so I just jumped the gun and came in early. Just couldn't stand it any longer. I had to see all my friends. And I'm glad I did, because there have been lots of folks that came in early. Father's side of the family have repeat names, Charles, Hugh, and Joseph. Aw, back 9 generations. That's amazing. Christy, I'm glad you came in. Thank you so much for joining us and contributing. I really appreciate it. And I hope I see you next Sunday. Goodbye. And I've got to get another drink. I'm starting to get the hiccups because I'm not drinking enough. I've also had to go back to alkaline water. I tend to do better. My kidneys don't hurt as much when I drink the alkaline water instead of just regular water. I'm not sure why, but it works. So that's why I'm drinking out of this huge plastic bottle. I probably should have poured it into a pitcher and put it in the fridge, but I just, with such a hurry to get on, I just grabbed it out of the bottom of the pantry and came running in here. Quick, 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 get me on, get me on. I am amazed. I just looked up and looked at the front window, and I had forgotten to put one of my pineapple plants inside from the cold last night, and I looked out, and it's beautiful. Sherry, it was wonderful to see you too. You take care, and I hope I see you next Sunday as well. Bye. Yep, one of my pineapples is out there on the front porch, and it looks great. It did not care about the cold at all, and that surprises me. I figured it was going to be anything tropical would be dead. But that may happen tonight, because tonight it's supposed to go down into the 20s. And I can't imagine anything doing well through that. The good part of that is that means I will have to trim my peaches back. I will have to do some real serious pruning on the peach trees. And I wanted to do that this spring anyway, because I want to do some air layering and make Amy and Brett some peach trees. Turned your fridge off so you can clean it out later. He thinks this would be a more welcome chore in the heat of summer. Yeah, me too, Suzanne. That's when I would probably do it too. Amy, you take care. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being the wonderful sister that you are. I love you very much. Give everybody a hug from me. I need to see you here too. It's sleeting in West Tennessee. Oh my. Cold weather's coming your way, Iris. Oh, okay. Your fingers are frozen now from going through the freezer. Well, Middle, what were you doing going through the freezer? Brr. Oh, I'm glad. It's been a good one for me as well. It truly has. Yes. You know, speaking of working from home, if I don't end up, inventory, okay. I forgot you were doing that. Sorry, Metal. If I don't end up getting a pension of some sort from the military, I have been thinking about getting a work from home position. I am told that places like U-Haul have positions where people call you and you take all the information on what they want to rent, and then you send it electronically to whatever store is closest to where they are. And that would allow me to work from home. And Lord knows I have enough electronics here. All I would have to do is have a landline put in and I'd be ready to go. And I like the idea of being inside at home. Probably good you're not in West Tennessee yet, learning to use a wood stove. Yeah. I would love to have a wood stove or a fireplace or something like that here. Maybe one day I will. I just never know. Right now, I've got to learn how to get on my big lawnmower and get out there and get it fixed. But I mean, get out there and get it cut. But I've got to get it fixed first. The button that you pull up to engage the blades broke last time we were trying to use it. So um, my friend Davey up the road borrows it and uses it, and I use it. And so he said he was going to get the part and fix it. So I'm going to let him do that because my yard is, well, my backyard is almost waist deep, but I told him I'm using that for hay, so I don't have to buy hay for the chickens when they get down here. I'll just get out there. I'll get a scythe and get out there with a scythe and cut it all down and then take it over to the chicken coop. Daddy Curbs has a scythe. He says they're not that hard to use. Maybe I can learn how. Oh, there's my kitty. Y'all, this is Blue. Hello, Blue. Look. Look. His name is Blue because he has beautiful blue eyes. Yes, he will provide, Christy. I have gotten past that fear. Like I said early in the live stream today, he's taken good care of me for 72 years. He's not going to quit today. Thank you, Joe. He's almost 9 years old. He is let's see if I can remember how it goes. He is an orange flame Siamese. Annie, I have chickens right now. They're up the road, up the driveway at David's house, but they're coming to mine. We've been building a chicken coop, and it's almost finished, and they're going to come live with me for a while now. We have 9 chickens and 2 ducks, and I'm excited. Yes, except Amy, it's not BLUE. It's BLEUX. He's a Cajun Siamese. Let me think. What did we have Josh do? Mostly just stuff around the house, moving furniture and picking up in the room he was going to stay in and things like that. There really wasn't a whole lot that I could have him do because I have not had a chance to go through everything yet. And until I have a chance to go through things, there wasn't a lot he could do. He did go through a lot of his dad's clothes and stuff. So that was helpful too. I didn't want to have to go through all of that. Yeah, he's a Cajun kitty. That's right, Amy. I thought it was funny too, Christy. Siamese does not sound Cajun at all, but this one is a Cajun Siamese. And he is spoiled rotten. He is stinky rotten. He sleeps in bed with me every night, as does the dog. And they fight over who gets to sleep on David's pillow. I've got 6 or 7 pillows on that bed. So you would think there would be enough pillows for everyone. You're going to get chickens back this year. You got your last 2 years ago. Oh, 3 ducks, a dog, and 2 cats. Yeah. I don't want 2 cats. I have had bad luck with cats in the past, and I'm thrilled I've managed to keep this one alive and healthy for all this time. Ruth, he will be moving them once we get the pen finished. We still have to run chicken wire around the bottom of the pen. We have the chain link up, but we're going to put chicken wire down there so that the predators can't get in. So, North, yes, he does meow with a drawl. He goes, meow. So, I guess that's with a drawl. Yeah, Annie, I think they're a lot of fun. I go down and watch them down there, and they're a lot of fun. They really are. Yours is a bed buddy. Well, both my dog and cat are bed buddies for me. Lisa, they're very easy to spoil because they're such affectionate and vocal cats. And he talks to me. I mean, he literally talks to me. So Lisa says, I have a cat. She's a tabby mix. Of course, she's spoiled. Yes. Yep. Well, this one, my youngest sister found him in a newspaper and adopted him. And 2 days later, her husband said that he didn't want her to have this cat, that he didn't like the white cats. He was afraid that white cats would be problems. And I was down there sitting in their living room talking to her about a craft project that we were going to do. And he crawled into my lap and curled up and went to sleep. So I said, well, if he doesn't want him, I do. And I brought him home and showed him to David. And I said, can I keep him? He said, I thought you already had. So he's been mine ever since. Manx is a lazy boy. You know, I've seen Manxes a couple of times. I think they're interesting looking with no tail. That I wonder how they balance, because I know all the cats I've ever had really use their tail a lot for balance. Your cat is a mushy kitty who sleeps on your head and your pillow. Yep. There's something special about rescuing animals, especially ones that have been around a while. They're not little kittens or puppies or whatever. They're adult animals. They seem to appreciate the fact that you took them in. All of my cats have always been rescues. Ellie, they do. The birds especially. And the reason the birds especially is because Bravo and Karib are having grief issues. They were David's birds before he and I got married. And while during the last year or so he was not able to work with them the way he had in the past, they missed him. He would come in every morning when he got up, bring him in here in his chair and sit and talk to him for a while. Yeah, they are very quiet. You're right, Amy. But they are really grieving for him. So I'm having to spend extra time with the two of them, which of course is making Gandhi very jealous, because in Gandhi's eyes, I am his mate and I should not spend any time with other birds. So, so he's having to adjust as well. But I'm going to have to take him out today. Today is clean the bottom of the cage day. So it's not a lot of hard work, but it is kind of smelly. Murphy was a rescue from a hoarding situation where 105 cats in a 2-bedroom apartment. Oh my gosh, Lori. Oh my God. You know, you hear stories about that, but it's just amazing when people do that to animals. That is so sad. You had a Manx that was sweet. That's cool, Angie. You have 2 black cats, making one of them your cousin's kittens. Aw. Yeah, that's right, Ellie. A friend of mine and I have been carrying out a neutering program with strays in our area the last 5 years. The number of stray cats has seriously dropped since you started. I imagine it has, Annie. I belong to a group here in South Texas that we trap feral cats and take them to the vet, and the vet neuters them and clips just the tip off of the left ear. And as soon as they're recovered, we take them back and release them back into the area where we found them. Because it turns out that cats have an area that is theirs. They claim it and they defend it. And when one cat moves out, more cats will move in. So we take them back to their original area because that's where they know and that's where they do fine. And we just would prefer them there. And the number of stray cats has gone down a lot. It's really amazing. I would believe that, Lori, that black cats are hardest to adopt. Davy and Ronnie up the driveway there have 3 black cats. So, but the problem with black cats, at least in the city, is that around Halloween, black cats are taken away and tortured. And it's so sad, but it happens a lot, especially in big cities. You rescued Chloe? Aw, she is such a sweet little dog. If you guys have never met Chloe, she is not a typical Chihuahua, and she is such a cuddle bug. She just loves to get up. If you sit down in her chair with her, she loves to just cuddle up. And she's wonderful. She is a sweetheart. Yeah. No fighting, guys. Oops. Dog came in, cat came down, jumped down. I think he's going out again. Let's see. Heard that firefly. Glad he brought the back cat. Yeah. You have to be careful for all white cats at the same time and for the same reason. People, I don't know why, but they equate black cats with bad luck and they equate white cats with ghosts, and people just do hideous things to poor animals. It's really sad. I just hate it. My friend Donna has 3 cats now, and 2 of them were adopted after they had had their ears clipped and were feral, and had been feral and were adopted, and then they ran away from where they were and moved in with her, and she loves them. Yes, you're right, Amy. Some people are just mean and hateful. They're terrible people. They really are. Christy, they also traditionally have eye problems, and my Blue is starting to have some eye problems. He doesn't see as well as he used to, and everything scares him, which may be the reason why he's still alive. He stays real close to the house most of the time. Oh, Annie, she passed away at 17. That's so sad. Miss Chicopee. Oh, how cute. How cute. I had black cats in my life. I've had all kinds of cats. Crazy how black cats are classed as unlucky. Yes. I don't understand it either, Annie. It just doesn't make sense to me that black cats are classed as unlucky. They can't help it that their fur is black. I know you do, Amy. I know you do. Christy, I'm sorry you're buffering. Can you try refreshing? Maybe that'll help. Grammy Karen, hello, welcome. It's wonderful to see you. Oh, I have not seen you in forever. Yay. Another familiar face. Good, Amy. I'm glad there's no buffering where you are. I hate that. Buffering is no fun. You know, all that cookie talk earlier has made the back of my brain kick into high gear. I'm going to have to find my recipe for Amish peanut butter balls. I think it is just peanut butter and powdered sugar and butter, and you roll them in little balls and dunk them in melted chocolate kisses or the little chocolate bits. The long-haired dachshund is 17. He's the bossy. Right? Oh, yes. My parents had 2 dachshunds, but they were not long-haired. You had to watch a few of our lives on replay. Well, good. I'm glad you've been watching. Oh, by the way, for those who did not get a chance to see it, I'll be right back. There. Now, for those of you who did not get a chance to see it, there is the link to David's memorial. So it's, well, I didn't put a space between the service and the HTTPS, but y'all will figure it out. A lot of people asked to see it, so I have been trying to put it back up here over and over again so that people can see it. There. Now, you were having buffering issues in the beginning? Oh, that's why you switched to your laptop. Okay, that makes sense. What was a good stream, Joe? Oh, thank you, Granny. Thank you. It was a tough but beautiful time. Mayberry Homestead, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. I'm glad you joined us today. I've been on for an hour and 55 minutes. I was so excited to see everybody today that I went on an hour early without even realizing it. I just decided I'm getting on, and I did. So, oh well, it's been a fun almost 2 hours. I have enjoyed it. Yeah, 45 thumbs up. That's really amazing. Ah, the dog just let the cat out. The dog has learned how to open this door. Either way, he can come in or go out, doesn't matter. And the cat can't figure it out. So he sits around and watches, and when the dog opens the door, then he goes whichever direction he wants to go. It's nice. I don't have to get up real often and let him out. They take care of themselves. Boy, that's pretty amazing. 45 thumbs up. That's really cool. My numbers are a little bit different from yours, Amy. Mine says there's 19 watching and 44 thumbs up, but I'll take your numbers. They're better. Got to go now. Blessings. Love you, Kate. Have a blessing. Take care, Lisa. Thank you for so much for stopping by. I really enjoyed the visit with you. And we will see you next Sunday if you get to come. Not for long, Joe. I hit remove. Now, suddenly it says it's unhidden. I'll have to re-hide it. I did not want him there. Oh, well. You wanted a doggy door at one time, but then your brother came home to a house full of possums. Yes, that would change my mind about doggy doors, too. I don't think I would like anything like that. Although, when I was a little kid, I had a possum for a pet. And I thought it was so cool because I would put my finger up like this and it would hang from my little finger, hang upside down. I carried it all over the house that way. And it was fine until it got big enough to get out of the aquarium I was keeping it in. My mother had a fit because he got out and it took forever to find him, and then she took him outside and let him go. Is that how you found me, Annie? I wondered how you found me. Liz is a pretty special lady. I really love her. You have one for the dogs. It's very convenient. Yeah, Metal, I just have a door, and my dog learned how to use it. He's a pretty smart dog. He really is. I'm actually beginning to like him, which is kind of hard for me to believe because I've always pretty much been a cat person. I like dogs, but it's always been somebody else's dogs where they don't come home with me. But I'm beginning to really love this one. So, oh, okay, sorry. And he's spoiled. And my dog is a clothes horse. I've never heard of this before, but this dog loves to wear clothes. In the summertime, he wants these little half shirts or just to wear a bandana around his neck. But in the wintertime, he wants sweaters and jackets. You don't mind a possum, but you don't want it eating the food in my kitchen. Yeah, right. My dog absolutely loves clothing. He just, if he loses his bandana outside, he bugs me until I either go find the one he had on or put a different one on him. So he has his whole wardrobe that's his. I haven't had any possums in this home. I did have rats at one point. We had a bad infestation of rats about 4 or 5 years after we moved in. But not anymore. I didn't know that, Grammy Karen. That's nice to know. Hugh is pretty cool, too. Yeah. Liz was one of the first people I was a moderator for. Too far south Texas for me, Mayberry. No snow here at all. A lot of cold weather, but no snow. You have a border collie. Oh. We had a border collie when I was a young kid. Very special dog. Ellie, thank you for coming by. We will see you next week. Have a wonderful week. You just got home from their place. You've been there since New Year's Eve. Oh, how fun. Yeah, I don't like it either, Amy. Yep. Yep. I don't get to see her very often. Maybe I can start seeing her now that I'm not having to take care of someone on Sunday morning. It's snowing in Kentucky. Oh my. Hello, Fairy. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. I'm glad you dropped by. Yeah. Yeah. Ours was just smart as a whip. I hated it when she passed. Late Fairy, that's fine. I tell people all the time there's no such thing as late. If we're on and you're here, and that's all that matters. There we go. More people that know you. Ring for safe travels for your daughter. Yes, and she's on the list too, Amy. The idea of 10 inches of snow on the ground just sends shivers up my spine. Angie, thank you for coming by. I'm glad you came by, and I hope to see you next week as well. Have a great week, and take care. Amy, it's amazing how quickly you learn to drive in snow when you live where there is some. It didn't take me long when I lived in Nebraska. Liz, we were just talking about you. You must have had your ears ringing. Welcome, 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 and Happy New Year. My goodness, this is wonderful. You were born and raised in Alaska, Annie? That's cool. I mean, in Nebraska. I lived in Omaha. I was only there 18 months, but it was wonderful. It was a great experience. I really enjoyed living there. Yeah, it sure is, isn't it, Annie? It's amazing. A lot of people that you just never expect to know or see. You suddenly find out your neighbors. I'm getting all kinds of strange things chopping up on my computer here. All kinds of weird things. I don't know what they're supposed to be. Oh, well. Oh, my weather went away. I don't know what temperature it is outside. You went to school in Papillion? Oh, my gosh. Josh and Kinder went to school in Papillion. That's where David lived when I first met him, was in Papillion. And my daughter graduated from Bellevue College. So that's cool. It truly is a little tiny town. speaking of Josh, I hope he's okay. I haven't heard from him. But he had a huge, long train ride with all the um, airline canceling their flights and stuff. We decided to put him on a train instead, and he had 52 hours plus a 4-hour layover. So he was on the train a long time. He's probably resting up. Susanna, it was in February last year. So about the middle of February. I'm expecting a cold front tonight, take it down to the mid-20s. So we're still waiting for the February cold front. I got to take these things off my ears for a while. The elastic's going to make it sore. You graduated a little after Kinder was born, I think. Thank you, Liz. These, they're brown tiger eyes, and Kinder gave them to me when she was here this past weekend. I love tiger eye. It's one of my favorite stones, so I really enjoy it. Let's see. 55 now. Significant snow coming overnight. Oh, well, it's supposed to get cold here, but no snow, thank goodness. Yeah, me too. I don't want to have to drag all these plants in their huge pots back in and out. There. Put on the other glasses so I can see a little better. These are my computer glasses. I forgot I didn't have them on. You'll be sorting through recipes, so according to the pile you now have, you'll be baking and cooking until next Sunday. Oh, goodness. I'm going to be making freezer meals because I have more food in this house than 4 families have a right to. So I'm going to try and break them into smaller portions and freeze them. I have all these little food prep plastic containers with little holes for different things and nice tight fitting lids. So I'll probably fix up those and freeze them. Yeah, right, Amy. At least she'll eat well. I've got barbecue coming out my ears, more meat that needs to be barbecued. That's something I could do today. Fire up the barbecue pit and put that skirt steak out there. Yeah, I think I'm just going to freeze it more the way it is and cook it when I thaw it out. Warm to the oven will keep your blood warm. Yeah, probably so, Susanna. Probably so. Oh, cool. Liz, I have been making pasties. They're really supposed to be good. I mean, David used to love them, and I made them for him all the time. But I changed the kind of meat that I got this time because I couldn't find the shoulder roast that he liked that I could afford because prices have gone up so high. So I got skirt steak, and I'm probably going to take what I've been thinking about barbecuing. I'll probably freeze it and then thaw it out maybe next month and make more pasties. I love pasties. They're so good. They're not Welsh, they're Cornish, but they're still good. Gary, feels good to stay warm and have good foods made ahead and food stored. Yes, I agree, Lake Fury. I like that a lot. I like having it, take it out, shove it in the oven, take it out, eat it. When my kids were young, I had a 55-gallon drum that a friend of mine had made into a barbecue pit for me. And every Sunday after church, I would, take care, Amy. Take care. I'll see you next week, and I'll talk to you in between. If you want to talk, you know where I am. I love you too. Bye, sweetie. Anyway, we would fire up big barbecue pit, and I would cook every bit of meat I could find in my house. I mean, literally everything. And then I'd put it in the fridge or freeze it, and we just pull things out and heat them up when it was time to eat. It was lovely. Annie, I've got 3 freezers, and they're all stuffed. Susanna, I have not been able to do that, and I'm not sure. There must be, someone must know how, but I have not found anyone who did. I do still have, no, please watch them. Please watch them. The information is good, whether it's on my new channel or my old, and it's important that people get the information. I didn't go for monetizing when it was on the old channel, and I'm not going for it on this channel. So if you find something there you want to see and want to watch, go right ahead with my blessing. Seriously. Anyway, I would make all this food up, and then during the week when it was time to feed my family, all I had to do was heat it in the oven for 10 or 15 minutes and it was done. And I mean, I even did the sides up. And I've got about 20 pounds of potatoes I need to dice up and pressure can, so that I've got those in the pantry. And I'm thinking about making some potato salad today too, because that lasts in the refrigerator a long time and it's always good with everything. So, oh, the dog ran across the front porch. I wondered what I saw, just this zoom. I wasn't sure what it was. Well, Susanna, don't feel guilty, please. Do go ahead and watch those videos. I mean that. I would rather have people watch them. Well, folks, I've been on for over 2 hours, and I think I'm going to go ahead and close it out. I will give one last call for anything to go on the prayer list. If you have something specific you would like for me to pray for, please let me know. I am spending even more time in prayer now, and I would love to do that for you. Love you too, Annie. I really do, and I'm so glad that you're my friend and that you come here and we talk. I really am. Same to you, Lori. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. Your prayers are important to me. Annie, may blessings to you. Keep me safe. Thank you, Annie. The Lord has me in his hands. Sometimes I forget about that, but he does, and he doesn't seem to let go. So thank you, Lake Fairy. Take care. Next week, I promise I won't go on an hour early. Okay. As I say each week, oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, North. Thank you. If in your life you find a time where you feel that there's no one who cares for you, just remember that there's someone here who cares for you deeply, and I pray for you every day. I love you all, and I thank you for praying for me. So, let's see. I need to get Julie on those. That's something I'm having problems with too, Julie. I think I've torn my rotator cuff. There. All right. Yes, I do, Joe. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. All of you take care. Remember, I love you, and I do pray for you, and I'm here if you need me too. Bye.